I want to remind you of the fundamental theorem of algebra that the next problem is going to talk about all real zeros, but the fundamental theorem says it goes beyond real. It's imaginary. It's if we have x to the 7th, and that implies there's 7 zeros. Or 7 solutions, or 7 roots, or whatever you want to call them. They may not look like, they may not be real zeros, but there's something, and we can, and they might happen twice, but we still count them. They might happen 3 or 4. If I have x to the, if I have this to the 4th, I'm going to count all 4 of them. You say, but they're all negative 3s. Well, they're still all solutions, okay? I'm going to count every one. Okay, find all the real solutions of this. And I have x to the 4th. And you look at the graph and you say, looks like it's only crossing in 2 places. Well, that means I'm going to have 2 real, 2. And that must mean that I have 2 imaginary, right? Somewhere. They're not on the graph. Okay, so with that in mind, we have 4 on the top, 2 on the bottom. Okay? So factors of 4 on top, 1, 2, and 4, plus or minus. And on the bottom, factors of 2, so 1 and 2. So that gives me, plus or minus 1, 2, 4, but also 1 over 2. And I was going to say 2 over 2, but that's 1. And 4 over 2, but that's 2, so I don't need to do that again. Alright, so now I look a little closer at my picture here, and I say, looks like negative 2 to me. And it looks like positive 2 to me. So I should try those out, okay? I'm going to need them both, because I have x to the 4th. I got to whittle it down. So we'll try negative 2 first, and we'll say 2 minus 1 minus 7, 4, negative 4. That doesn't look like a 4, so let's just try that again. 4. Alright, and we're going to drop down the 2. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4, plus negative 1 is negative 5, times negative 2 is positive 10, plus negative 7 is positive 3, times negative 2 is negative 6, plus positive 4 is negative 2, times negative 2 is positive 4, and I get my 0 like I was hoping. I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to try that 2 I was talking about. And we'll go ahead with this, and we'll say the 2 comes down. 2 times 2 is 4, plus negative 5 is negative 1, times 2 is negative 2. Plus 3 is 1, times 2 is 2, added to negative 2 is 0, times 2 is 0, so I get, I always forget and keep going. Okay, that 0, oops, didn't mean to do that. I don't need to worry about that once I get down to the next level. I leave that off. And I get my own 0 down here. Okay. So what this means is I have x plus 2 and x minus 2, and I also have 2x squared minus x plus 1 from these guys down here. And that might look like you could factor it. You might try. You might say, I think I can factor this. And you're like, well, I have a negative middle term, and the last one is positive, so this should work, right? And you get a middle term of negative 3, and you're like, wait a minute. I don't think I can factor that. And you can't, because those are imaginary. This is the imaginary root area over here, okay? So I can't factor that. I'm not going to get real solutions there. But I do have my 2 real zeros. My 2 real zeros are x is equal to plus or minus 2. Those are my 2. Either one, plus or minus.